Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Player's Sake episode 329. I'm your host, Justin Simone, joined as always by my co host, Montrell Rice. Montrell, how are you doing on this fine Independence Day week?
I am tired, but I'm happy to be off tomorrow.
Oh, you're off tomorrow and
Yeah.
Friday.
Yep. I'm off. I'm not going back to work until Tuesday. So.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well, lucky you. I only get Friday off. But no, I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm need a day off here. Last couple weeks have been busy at work, so we have got a big news day, I'd say. But you want to just jump right in? Got
Yeah,
a lot
we
to
can
talk
do.
about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those of you who've listened before or haven't listened before, this is our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app of choice. And if you'd like to send us questions, you can do so on Twitter at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. All right, Much. Let's start like we always do with what we've been playing. I mean, big question of the week. Did you finish Clair Obscure?
No.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You have a 5-day weekend, sir.
Yeah, I know.
You better finish
I
this
know.
game this weekend.
I know. I know.
Where are you? Are you in the same place?
Same
Or have
place.
you played?
I'm playing, but I'm in the same place. I just been farming and stuff. I haven't been doing too much of anything in the games. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I crashed out on League of Legends, and I'm done. I crashed out on the game, and I can't do it anymore.
I mean, you
I'm
haven't
not playing.
played it. You haven't played in days. And I mean,
Yeah.
like okay. You have I feel like I almost need to do an intervention with you. You have an unhealthy relationship with this game. Salty told me, Jet, or maybe it was me and Andy, that he saw you online at like 6 a.m. the other day, grinding league ranks. Is this true? Are the allegations true?
Yes. And the only reason I was doing that is because my wife was not here. She was out of town.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I had nothing better else to do. And nobody was online, I think. And yeah, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if it was like a Friday or a Saturday or something. Like it had to be a Friday or Saturday. Because I didn't do it during like a work week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was grinding and yeah. I was just trying to hit I was trying to get back to gold. And
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, every time I looked at you, you have been in Silver 3. Like, I haven't seen you in any other rank. Damn, dude, you fell to Silver. Oh
yeah,
no.
no, it's
What the fuck? What is going on, bro?
bad, bro. It's
I don't
bad.
understand.
I can't. I tried changing my champions.
Oh
I
man.
swapped out my champion for
Change
Aurora.
roles. Yeah.
Um,
You even changed roles. You went
I
top
even
at one point.
I got autofill top.
Oh, that was normal. Never
That
mind.
was
That was
normal. Yeah.
normal draft. Okay.
I
mean,
tried to go into the jungle. I think my jungle game I won. My couple of jungle games I won actually. Almost every jungle game I did I won. Because I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back in. I think I was like, I did tell myself the last game I played, I'm probably just gonna go back into the jungle. But I haven't played since since then.
I mean, is it
My
time to
breaking point,
start? Is it time to start doing with me again?
I
In bot
guess,
lane?
my breaking point was the last game, the very last game I played. I
Mhm.
was Silas, and I went 16-7
Yeah.
in the game,
Yeah.
and I was 16-2 for almost the entire game.
Yeah.
I completely destroyed my opponent, my laner. She was like 0-12 or something like that, or 1-12,
Oh
one and
my God. Yeah.
13, and we still
Jesus.
lost the fucking game.
Oh
And
no.
that was my breaking point. And I was like, I'm not touching it. Every time y'all play in the chat, I was like, I'm not playing this game. Like, and I even said, but you know what? I said to myself at the end of that game, I was like, I think I'm no longer playing this game unless I'm playing norms with the boys. I can't do this shit anymore. Because the game before that, I went 2-11
Yeah.
against the Zerith, but Zerith counterpicked me. He counterpicked Silas. So
Yeah.
I was nothing I can do. But if you watch the game, he got 4 kills when my jungler, I was pushed in lane. My jungler decided to do dragon,
Mhm.
and I was pinging the jungler off the dragon. They decided to fight in the dragon pit. He was in the process of finishing the dragon off, and then he decided to leave the dragon and go chase Xerath and like 3 other champions. He
Mm.
died. The bot lane died. My I think my bot. Oh, and then I was low. I was already like low in mana and stuff like that. I couldn't do
Yep.
anything. And then Xerath just like charged his Q and like randomly hit me in the bush, like over the wall, and he killed me. And yeah, then the Xerath just popped off after that. And like I don't know. I think Xerath is kind of broken because even his ult, it comes down too fast, so
Yeah.
you can't dodge it. Like if
Right.
that makes any sense. And his bubbles when he shoots the bubbles, the rings are really big,
Yeah.
so you can't really dodge it, and they slow you on top of that.
Hmm.
So I was just like, man, this champion is like really broken or whatever. So like whatever, man. Like whatever, go on to the next one. So the next game, because I played against the reason I started playing Silas again, right? I was playing as Aurora, and I was actually holding my own against this like Smurf Silas that was like he was clearly a Smurf. He was beating my ass in lane, but I was holding my own against him. And then after I played the game against him as Aurora, I was like, every game I played after that as Aurora, I was like dominating my lane because he taught me that one game against the Smurf Silas taught me how to like really use her abilities correctly and really like how to punish her. Because I went against a cat as Aurora, and I fucking demolished the cat because I knew how to play against those type of champions now,
Yeah.
or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I actually went back and watched his game because he played that Silence like really well. And I went back and watched his game and see what he was doing. He was like super aggressive with it. I'm like, how is he doing it with the cooldowns the way he does it? So I watched it and whatever, and I learned from that game. Then I started playing Silas again, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to emulate what he did. And I was actually like dominating my games or whatever, except for that Xerath game because my jungler was a fucking idiot or
Hmm.
whatever. Um, so I won a couple of my Silas games, but then yeah, like it was the Xerath game, and then it was the game against Italia where I went 16-7, and I had like a 12, 11 or 12 assists or something like that. So I was helping my team across the map as well, and they just are and I think they had an Urgot. That Urgot got a fucking pentakill that game. So
Wow.
we had numerous times where we could have just closed the game, and I kept trying to tell them to close the game. They would not close the game. Jinx comes online, and then we all get wiped at a squad fight at the end of the game. And then they just won the game after that, or whatever. And she didn't even end the record. I think she just broke even that game. She
Hmm.
didn't even have a stellar record, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the game that kind of like broke me, and I was just like, yeah, I can't do this shit anymore. I truly think, and I'm not even one for like conspiracy theories or whatever. And I know we always bitch on the podcast about like uh like the ranking and the matchmaking. I
Yeah.
truly think the ranking and the matchmaking. I like. I'm not even joking with y'all. I did like research on this shit. I went to like the Reddits. I went to the developer diaries for it. I was watching their developer diaries, watching their like or not, and going to like actual official Riot um like posting everything on Reddit and on Twitter and stuff like that from like Riot sources, not like random people or whatever. And they actually did change the matchmaking either the beginning of last year or the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I really they said they changed it to True Skill 2, which is what they use in Halo. Like the new versions of Halo and everything, not True Skill 1, which they use in Halo 3, which I think the matchmaking perfect was Halo 3. But they changed it to True Skill 2, which they use for Halo 4 and the button and later. And they use a modified version of that. And they swear on their mother's grave, all of the developers swear that it's not an engagement based matchmaking. I think they tweaked it to where it is an engagement based. And they even said it doesn't go off your pure MMR. It doesn't go off your pure rank anymore like it used to. It goes
Hmm.
off your MMR and it goes off your rank. So I don't like that because I don't think that's fair. I don't think if I'm going to get someone at the same MMR as me, but we're all still silver, there's no way for us to climb, if that makes any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to me, right? I should be rewarded with playing someone who's actually in the rank that I'm in, and I
Yeah.
think that's how I climbed, and I think that's why when you do climb and stuff like that, it's like Salty's hard stuck, Andy's hard stuck, you hard stuck,
Yeah.
uh Jet's hard stuck, everybody's hard stuck, and the game hard stucks you because like you're playing with people who you think are either similar skill or not. But then the other thing is the game also places people on your team that are like significantly bad. And now this is the part I did go to Reddit and looked at other people's complaints and stuff like that, and everybody was saying the exact same thing I was thinking. They're like, I would go on streaks, and
Yeah.
this would happen to me. I would go on like 5 to 10 game winning streaks, and then something happens in the system where they just give me the worst of the worst players, and like people in the comments like, oh well, it's just you gotta you didn't do as good or whatever. And it's like, no, there's something in this system where they will intentionally give you like, I don't know, someone who is silver for he is the same rank as you, but his MMR for some reason is like low as fuck. So he goes against someone, or they'll autofill him. He'll be like a bot laner that he gets placed in top lane, and you're like, why are you playing with me? Or they'll give you a person who autofills all the time. Like they don't care what fucking role they play. They just play ranked or
Mm,
whatever. And I've been noticing that trend because I would go back I swear to God, and I was up to like 6 o'clock in the morning, like one time just or that same weekend, just looking
yeah.
at my past games and clicking on every player and just looking at them, everybody on my team, and then I'll compare them to the people on the other team. And I was just like, there's just no way. And like there would be other games where I would be going to get somebody who would be on a losing streak for like 10, 20 games. There was one person I lost against. He was on a 15 game lose streak. And
Oh
he
my
won a
god.
game against me. And he dominated that game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? And he was the same rank as me. And I just looked at my team and I'm just like, yeah, I had no chance. I had an autofill jungler, I had an autofill bot support, I had an autofill top laner. I had 3 autofills in my game. So
Mhm.
why didn't we? And then the roles were swapped. So the top laner, he was a support main. The support main, he was a top laner.
Yeah.
The jungler, he was a bot laner, and then the bot laner was a jungler. And I'm just like, dude, why didn't they just put me in the right? Why didn't they put us with the right people? So the reason and then another thing I did notice, right? And another thing I used to do as well is I back in the day when I did get to go 3 and 2. I think the highest rank I got to was gold 2. And when I did get to go to in like the past seasons, like season 10 or 11 or whatever, I would dodge. Like if I would put people's names in op.gg, and
Mhm.
if I saw an autofill or if I saw, oh, you're about to troll the fuck out of me. This is before they start doing the Gromp scuttle crab thing, right? Where you can't see people's names or whatever because they wanted to prevent dodging. I would put their names to OPGG and I was like, oh, this is about to be a troll game. Dodge.
Yeah.
I saved myself 30 minutes. Oh, you got a 30-minute queue wait now. Don't care. I saved myself 30 minutes. I didn't I would rather lose 5 LP than lose 21 LP with a troll on my team. So I would dodge bad games. Like I would at least dodge 1 to 3 games a night or whatever.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I do remember that. But with this new system in the lobby, I can't check. There was one time I got the same. No, there was a top laner. Um, I wish I can look at. Actually, I can. Maybe I could look at my OPGG. But there was a top laner in my one of my games. He was a set. His name was like Awesome Kuro Na,
Yeah.
and he went 1-15 running it down, bro. Legitimately just running it down lane. He would try to he would act like he's participating in fights and stuff like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he was like 1-5 in lane or 1-15 in lane or whatever the case may be. And then he was on the opposite team. And I reported him in my game. And then in the next game, he was on the opposite team. And he did the same exact shit. He just went 1-5 in lane or 1-10 in lane or whatever the case may be. And I was just like, and we won that game. But I was just like, how is that fair? Like, we won that game. And I was like, how was that fair to that team that he just went 1-10 in lane? Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand or whatever.
Yeah.
So I tried all the things that like people have been suggesting, like spam the same champion and all that other shit like that. I tried all that shit, and like none of that shit's working. And I really think at this point the game is just against me. Like the ranking system is just against me. You
Mhm.
can't climb unless you have like some kind of Smurf or some kind of duo person on your team to help you climb. Like the game is intentionally trying to keep you at that 50% metric, because right now I'm at like 46%. If I
Yeah.
come back to the game, it's going to put me on a win streak to get me to 50%.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna cap me off again, and it's gonna be like, all right, now we're gonna get you at like really bad players, and that's what happens. Like I was going against that Zerif that game when I went 2-13.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at his record, and he's at a 60% win rate or whatever, and I'm just like, he's winning all his games. Is like he's well, I don't know, he's not winning all his games. He's playing arena and random shit like that. Well, let me look at his thing. Oh, but this Zerif, if you look at his shit, he was a platinum 3 last season.
Yeah.
But then this season, he's silver 3 with a 37% win rate. I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
It says he climbed all the way to platinum, and not unless that's his flex. It's not his flex. So this season he climbed all the way to platinum 3, and then his last seasons he only hit bronze, and I don't know if that platinum 3 is it TFT maybe? No,
Maybe.
he's not even TFT. I just looked at the TFT. He's not in TFT.
Mhm.
So he climbed the bronze 3 somehow, or I'm sorry, platinum 3, and then dropped all the way down to silver 4.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know what's going on with the ranking system. And then on top of that, certain games when he plays Xerath, he does really poorly, and then he comes back and he's a god. Like I don't know what's going on, Justin, and I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I know this is like not a League of Legends podcast, DJ, but I don't know where else to air my agreement. I don't know what else to complain about. I don't even know if it's me. I just don't know what the fuck is going on, and I'm like, is it me? When I play norms, I dominate.
Yeah.
Shit. And then when I go back to ranked, it's like, no, you're actually ass. And I'm like, I can't just be washed. I'm like, I know I'm not washed. I'm way better than I was 3 to 4 or 5 years ago. I know, like if I go back and watch my previous games, like that I had saved on my hard drive, I'm like, man, I am way better than I was 5 to 6 years ago. And I understand the community is way better than they were 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. But and then like there's this one game I lost against a Yone, and I went 1-11 in lane, or 3-11 in lane, or whatever. I'm trying to look for it. I just saw it. But I lost as Aurora or whatever, and I remember that game specifically because I was dominating the Yone in lane, and then he just got carried off like everything, and I'm just like, dude. And then I look at his record. He doesn't even play ranked that much.
Yeah.
He only had like 10 games ranked. And I'm just like, but his account level is like 503 or 523 rather. Yeah. So I don't know if it's like a offbeat Smurf account, or I don't know. But there's something going on with this rank system, and I know I'm not crazy. I know I just can't be ass.
Like, not. I mean, the fact that your hard stuck silver 3, silver 4 is like comical, bro. I don't like, you're way better than that in terms of, I don't know, skill level, in my opinion. Like, we've played with gold players. Like, they're not. I think we're all gold minimum, probably. You know, like besides Salty. Salty's obviously way higher. But I think of the like core of us, like me, you, Andy, and Jet, I think we're all gold minimum. You know, maybe low gold, maybe gold 4, gold 3, but like I think we're all gold.
I think we're higher than that. I think we can play platinum.
I think we could too. No, I mean, I agree with you.
I think
like,
Salty is like Emerald to Diamond.
Yeah, and
in
he's
my
hard
opinion.
stuck flat, bro. He can't get out of flat. It's crazy. No, I mean, we talked about this, and I still believe it. I think it. I think the system is like trying to. It has a hidden rank for you, and it wants you to be there. Like, and it's trying to get you there. Like that's. I think that's the way it works, and I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of that is. It just it feels intentional. It feels manipulative, like the way the game match makes, and I don't like it because even in norms, dude. Like we were playing norms yesterday. We played 2 games last night, and bro, when I tell you these junglers, the 2 junglers we got are 2 of the worst junglers I think I've ever seen in my fucking entire life, bro. It's like completely insane. Um, like the first one was a fiddles, and he was a bot. Like he didn't do a single objective the entire game. He never went towards an objective. He never even tried to do them. He didn't place any wards. Like he literally placed 0 wards the whole game. Like complete bot. And this is in norms, by the way. So I don't know what was going on here, but yeah, he was worthless. And then the second game, we had a Nasus in the jungle, which Jet predicted he was going to be completely inactive for majority of the game until he got his stacks. And then he's going to come out and carry us or whatever. And that's sort of what happened. Like he didn't do any objectives early in the game, and he was one of the worst smiters I've ever seen in my life. Like straight up, this dude was smiting when the mob had like 2,000 HP left. That we were killing. It was fucking crazy, like how bad it was. I was having to hold my 4th shot for objectives because I didn't trust his smiting or whatever. So, but yeah, we ended up winning this game. But dude, I was like losing my shit because we were in a position to win so many times, and everybody on the team, like the 2 randos, decided let's go do Dragon or Baron now. Like let's go do it now when we're in their base. We've crushed 2 lanes in. 4 people are dead for 30 seconds. We're literally in the base hitting their inhib towers, and like, oh, let's all leave and go get Baron. Like, what are we doing? And I'm Jin, like full build, bro. I'm like 2-shotting towers or whatever, and it's like I'm just like I was losing my mind. So I don't know. Matchmaker in general is weird. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not like done with League or anything like that. I'm willing to play it. I want to play. I want to do some ranked as well, but I don't know. I mean, you were talking about Dota last week. You kind of put a worm in my ear now, and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to try it. I don't know. So if you want to join me, let me know, and I'm down to try. There'll be a honeymoon phase, Montrell. You'll enjoy the game for a while. It'll be a breath of fresh air in many ways. That of the things we hate about League. So I don't know. It's just I just see something different. I'm so tired of Vigar, man. Like he is completely out of control.
You finally see what I see now.
No, he is completely out of control, dude. Oh my god. It was so bad. We had a Vigar. Let me see if I can find the game. There was a Vigar in a game. Oh, here it is from 2 days ago. Dude, this guy was literally I don't know. I think he was much higher ranked than everybody else in the game. This dude did 56,000 damage, and like he was 25k over the next closest person in the entire game. And my whole team did 20k or less damage. This dude, and like dude, he was mega frustrating because he just started like he would hit me with one thing and then he would flash alt me, and there's nothing you can do. There's no counterplay. Like the counterplay is don't get hit by anything he does, but it's like practically doing that is like extremely difficult. It's just like I don't like the way League plays sometimes like this, where it feels like you have to outplay your opponent like to multiple degrees above their skill level in order to beat them in a fight. It just feels so bad, where like I'm playing Jin, and if I get hit by anything Vigar does, I'm open to getting killed. It's like it just doesn't feel right, you know? It feels so stupid. So I don't know. I think Vygar is like completely broken right now. Like it's just not fair. Like it's having a point and click ult like that does that much damage is completely irritating. And like these people think they're so good at the game, bro. And it's like you hit me with one ability and press your R button. Like I have to like dodge all your skill shots. I have to make sure I don't get hit by anybody else. I need to make sure I don't get hit by minions because even if I dodge all your shit and minions get me low enough, you can still just ult me and kill me. It's like it doesn't feel balanced. Like it feels I don't know. We were talking about how the game felt like it was in a good place a few months ago. And I'm like, I'm out of that now. I don't feel like the game's in a good place right now. I feel like these infinite scalers are totally busted right now. Like Smolder is mega strong, dude. I'm like flabbergasted by it. I can't believe it. Like he's man fighting me 1v1 and winning, you know, in bot lane. Like that has never been true, you know, up until recently. I don't know what they did. They changed some shit with Smolder. They buffed him a little and he's just like he's really strong now. Like he's kind of a menace. Like I feel like it's fucking annoying as shit. I mean, Nasus has always been strong, you know, with his scaling, but it's just I don't know. I don't really like these infinite scalers. I'm not a fan of this design philosophy because they don't feel like they're weak early game anymore, which is what they're supposed to be, you know? It's supposed to be a situation where like you're weak early game and you're going to give up a lot to play this character because if the game goes long enough, you are murdering everybody, you know? But they're getting it all. They get to beat you early and they get to destroy you late. You have no chance late. It's just like I don't really understand the point of that. Like, why does the game play like that? That just doesn't seem right, you know? So I don't know. I'm with you. I'm not like it's just I don't know. It's frustrating, dude. It's in yeah, Vygar's a menace. I want him out. I don't if I see Vygar in my game, like I think this is the problem too, is even when I'm playing with you guys, it's really difficult to coordinate our game in a way to like shut a specific person down, you know? So if the enemy team has a Vygar, right? Like I would almost say like we need to just make sure this Vygar never plays the game, you know? And like that's our win con, you know, is make sure he doesn't get powerful. But it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's just actually playing the game like that is tough, you know, especially as a bot laner. Like I'm not supposed to roam that much early, you know. It's pretty
Well,
difficult to roam, you know.
it's up
So
to your yeah. You're not supposed to roam. It's up to your support to roam or whatever, or the
mhm,
jungler, and it's supposed to be a coordination between the jungler and the support. Uh, which we don't, because like as a jungler, I mean as a mid laner and as a jungler, I can read the wave state now. I can tell how many waves it's going to do because there's like usually between waves, especially if you're hard clearing your waves or whatever. There's a pause in between the waves. It goes in threes. Um
mhm, mhm.
and there's always like a hard pause between them when there's like no minions, and I don't know if you noticed it, but sometimes there's like
Yeah,
no minions in the lanes or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Um and that's when you're supposed to like roam or take a back or something of that nature. And I mean, you just have to read that stuff. And like that's one thing. Even I got to go to like a couple of seasons ago without even memorizing the wave state. Now I'm paying attention to wave state, and I'm paying attention to like where my jungler's at and all
yeah,
this other shit. And I'm like deep warding for my jungler as a mid laner. I'm doing
yeah,
all this shit, and I'm just like, how the fuck am I still losing the game? And it's um like maybe I need to get my CS up or whatever. So I'll be like focusing on CS and then trading patterns with the people and everything. And it's just like, and then I look at the people I do these like I go on these like really bad losing streaks against. Well, not losing streaks, but like these like huge losses against. And I'm just like, oh, this is like a hidden Smurf guy. Like that
yeah,
working damage dude, right? Um that fucking Zareth that I was talking about. Okay, his tier graph for the season. And at the beginning of the season, he started at B1.
yeah,
And then by May 19th, he hit platinum.
yeah. Wow.
And then he dropped all the way to silver 3.
What the hell?
by today. Actually, he's silver 3 right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't know what happened right there. It's just weird. It from to me. How do you intentionally drop the game in 2 months like that? That's weird to me. But right, would swear up and down, oh, we have the best system to find boosters and stuff. No, you don't. You don't.
They're everywhere, bro.
They're everywhere, bro.
Boosters are everywhere, man. The fucking account buyers, they're everywhere, bro.
And I didn't need, see, this is what Riot fucking does, right? I didn't need 3 resets in a year. I needed 1 reset in a year. If you give me 6 months and then another reset and then another 6 months, I think that's viable. I don't think so. Now they pendulum swing the other way. They're like, oh, we're no more resets for the entire season, and it's like that's not what I wanted. I actually like the 1 reset. I didn't need 3 to 4 fucking resets, right? I didn't need that at all,
right.
you know. So because the resets would prevent boosters and account buyers and stuff like that, right? It did prevent that, but it was the pendulum swing and the MMR was too explosive. Like it was the matchmaking was insane.
Yeah.
But I do think 1 reset per year or 2 resets a year or whatever at the beginning of the year and then the middle of the year and then that's it. That's the perfect system for me. I just think that's better or whatever the case may be. But now it's like you're hard stuck in the middle of the year and you can't do anything. And then to your point about like scaling champions and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like when I see, it's kind of, maybe I shouldn't think like this, but it is because of the elo I'm in, right? It's the realities of my elo, and this is what I think like other players don't understand and everything. It's like low elo. People say, "Oh, all you gotta do is this. All you gotta do is this," and it's like, yeah, I understand that. I'm taking your advice, but my top laner, bro, who's like hard stuck bronze 1 or silver 4, he's not listening. He's not even watching YouTube videos. He doesn't even fucking care, you know. Or my support, he doesn't even fucking care. I used to be autofield, or not autofield. My secondary used to be bot lane, and God bless your heart, Justin. I cannot do that role. Yeah. If I'm playing, I would understand. Like I would try to match what my support is playing. Right. If I know they're picking like a enchanter or even an enchanter, slash like early fighting champion, like maybe they pick a Zero or a Vel'Koz, Xerath, Lux, Sona, Brand. I'm picking Ashe straight up, Ashe or Tristana, because I can capitalize off the early engages with it. Tristana is especially good because she's in both camps. So if they pick like a scaling or like a protective like Leona type champion or whatever, or either Leona engaged type champions, like listen, Leona, I can like scale off that. But I'm picking Ashe or Trish.
Yeah.
Or if they're picking like a poke heavy comp or whatever. Actually, I'm sorry, that's the reverse. If they're picking a poke heavy comp, I'm picking like a scaling champion, like Kai'Sa or whoever, right? That's like nobody really bans Kai'Sa, so I pick Kai'Sa for those types of situations or whatever. But if I'm first pick and my support doesn't hover what they want, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play safe and I'm going to pick Kai'Sa or whatever. Or now I used to pick Ashe, but I picked Kai'Sa one time and I regretted it because they picked like an engage support and they were trying to engage early. And I'm like, bro, I'm Kai'Sa. I literally do nothing until like level 6 or 7 or whatever the case may be. Or whatever. And on top of that, like supports have a really bad, especially like low elo supports, they have a really bad habit to just stand behind you. And it's like, bro, I need, or they'll engage when it's like not a good time to engage.
Well, you're nowhere near them, right? Like
exactly. Yeah. And it's brutal. And on top of that, one thing I did notice is that they do not ward. Supports, I warded more than my support until they got their trinket upgraded, and then they started. And then they started putting wards down. But they would not ward. They wouldn't buy control wards. They'd always be trying to engage. And especially when I'm playing Ashe, I'm constantly shooting Hawkeyes or hawk shots everywhere on the map, so I can know my lane the jungler's at, because I know my support's not thinking about it. He's just trying to get poke off. That's all he's trying to do. And it's
Yeah.
like people just really don't think about shit like that or whatever. Also, when I'm playing mid lane, and this is not a shot at you, but bot laners are immune to pings. I don't know if y'all go mute all when y'all go down there, both the support and the bot laner. I don't know. I don't know what goes on, and I understand, because you're farming, you're like hella focused. You're like, I gotta get this fucking farm, bro. I gotta farm. I gotta get like 100 CS in like 10 minutes, bro. I gotta get 10 CS per minute. I gotta do this. I'm the carry. I get it, but when I push my Katarina out of lane, she's gonna roam. Or when I push my Akali out of lane, or she pushes me up, she's gonna roam. And I need y'all to pay attention to the ping, because then they'll ping like, oh, why did you ping us? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And it's like, I did ping. I need you to pay attention to the map. There will be certain times, I swear to God, it was one game, it was a Akali. She went over like their wards too. She would have like 3 wards. My ward, their ward. The jungler was right there. He saw her. Everybody saw the Sakali come down. They were setting up for an obvious dive. Yeah. I'm pushing in the lane. I'm pushing in the wave. I'm denying her fucking XP and everything. Doesn't matter. She gets a triple kill. Why? Because my bot lane decides to engage. I'm just like, and then they're spam pinging me the entire game. I had to mute all because they're spam pinging. They just kept spam pinging me, and I'm just like, dude, like, what do you want me to do? I pushed her in lane. So I was taking her tower and I was denying her XP. What she did was she backed and then she went straight bot lane, and she went over like 4 wards because I even deep warded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm pinging like, hey, there's about to be a dive. There's about to be a dive, guys. That's why they're hard shoving the wave in. Oh my God, their jungler also cleared vision as well. There's an obvious dive coming. Guys, back up. Just back. Give up the XP for a wave or 2, and then come back. Nah, man, we're not doing that, bro. we gonna keep farming, bro. In the middle of the wave. We actually, bro, we gonna freeze the wave in the middle of the lane, right there. That's where we gonna freeze it. And I'm just.
Okay, you said it though, Montrell. I actually think ADC is probably the hardest role in league, frankly.
It is. One streamer did prove that.
I think top is harder in some sense, but if you get good at a champ in top lane, you're gonna dominate the game because you're a top laner, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas with ADC, that's not true ever. like ADCs don't dominate games like that. Like, it is so rare to do, you know? And this isn't me saying, oh, my role's so hard. No, like, there's a lot going on in bot lane. Okay, there really is. Like, it is a very complex lane.
That's why I don't really
honestly
complain
most roaming
when you get frustrated in our games. I mean, I tease you sometimes, but I don't really complain. Like, I understand because I play bot lane. But
well, most roaming happens bot side of the map. That's just the way the game tends to play nowadays. Like, it's easier to gank bot than it is top, just by the nature of the geography of the map. The changes they made to the map a couple seasons ago really fuck bot lane hard in that regard, and it never changed back. So it is what it is. Everybody just roams bot. And yeah, I mean, it's like, because CS is more important for bot than it is for anybody else. Like, it's important for everybody, but if you don't CS as a bot laner, you're going to be useless. Like, you are literally not going to be able to fight, you know? And it's just the way the champs tend to scale, you know? Like, they aren't capable of making a comeback for the most part. You know, if they're behind by an item, like, you're done. The game's over. You're useless. Just accept your place in society, you know? So you kind of need to keep up. Like, that's kind of the whole pressure of the lane of the role. For the most part, you have to keep up on gold. Like, that's just kind of your job as an ADC. So I mean, yeah, it does create tunnel vision for sure. I've fallen into it sometimes. Like, it happens plenty. But I think the thing is, lower elo players, they just they can't see beyond what they're doing in their lane, for the most part. And ADC is the worst role to be like that in, because of the roaming that I just mentioned and the map movement and, needing help with Dragon and all that stuff. Right. So I try to be pretty cognizant of it, but I don't know. It's just even the movement, like you were talking about with your support, is so important, dude. Like if and I don't know. I get frustrated sometimes because I don't feel like we're in a position to make a play, and then Jet goes for something, and I'm not in position because I don't feel like we're in a position to make a play. So then he goes in and he's really far away from me, and he dies before I even get there. And then I'm fighting 2v1 and I'm dead. And it's just like, it becomes this cascade sometimes. Like, you try to force a play. Like I tend to try to play off him more than anything. I don't really force plays down there that much. Because I don't think it's necessary. Like low elo bot laners try really hard to poke you and kill you. Like they're just going to come to you, they're like mosquitoes, flying towards the light. That's how they tend to play. So I usually just kind of let it happen, and then they open up an opportunity based off their mistakes they make. That's usually how I like to play it. Jet's a little more aggressive than that a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. So it sometimes it's just, it doesn't work out quite right, or he'll, he might miss an ability or something, or I'll miss a fucking ability. And once that, when you're in a fighting league, a lot of the time, a fight can literally come down to like, do you hit your skill shots or do you not hit your skill shots? And it's like, that's why you won or lost, So it's, I don't know. It's frustrating because I like the lane. I enjoy the role. I really like playing Jhin, Varus, and Ez. Like I enjoy these three champs a lot, but I am getting annoyed though with them right now in the current meta, because why am I playing these champions that are like harder to play and harder to be effective with when I could just play Smolder and I get to infinitely scale, and I can fly faster than you can run, flash, and E as Ezreal, and you can't get away from me. It's Dude. Like it's just like they exist and they win fights. It's like or Vigar or whatever. Like, why am I playing champions that take any amount of skill at all? I don't understand. Like, exactly, why do I do this to myself?
I'm like, why play, Aurora? Why play fucking Ari? Why play fucking, like, the reason I win with Vex is because her hitboxes on her skill shots are fucking ginormous. Mm-hmm. Like, why play Silas? Why play a guy you got to understand lane states and wave states and stuff like that with?
When he doesn't actually get an advantage out of knowing those things, that just gets him to normal.
Yeah. Like it's like, why play that? Yeah, I can play a Vigar where my only skill shot, quote unquote, is my fucking Q and my I think it's his E, that the little thing that drops down. Like, that's my only two skill shots, but their hitboxes are so fucking big. It doesn't even matter.
You with one of them, I can kill you instantly. Like
it doesn't matter if I take a CS. Oh, I get 1 AP for getting that. Whoa,
yeah, bro.
I skill off that. Or Zerif, who has insanely huge fucking hitboxes. Oh, and if I charge it, I can either hit you or the wave. I win either way. Oh, you tried to get close to me? I thunder shock down, you get slow. And there's no way to dodge that, by the way. It's
and then impossible. I stun you. And then I stun you.
And then I stun you. Well, you dodged my skill shots barely, and you have like 1 HP left? Don't worry. I'm going to ult with a huge bubble from across the fucking map.
No,
I get half the screen. Like,
I know. No, it is, dude. It's frustrating. I am getting so annoyed, like, when I'm playing against these people who like start emoting and they act like they're like the best players ever. And it's like, bro, I'm playing Ez. Like, I have to skill shot you with everything I do. Like you don't understand the level of concentration this takes compared to your auto attacking champion that you don't even have to. You literally unga bunga into me and you can win if I don't hit my skill shots. Like,
well, that's the thing, and then people were like, "Well, why don't you just play those easy champions?" Because
it's not fun. It's not fun. It's boring. I don't want to play those champs, bro. I'm sorry. Like,
I don't want to play Malzahar, bro. I don't want to just cue my wave. I don't want to
fucking play Misfortune and I run at 500 move speed just for existing. I don't want to play that champ, bro. Like, she's boring as shit. She's not fun. There's nothing fun about her.
She's not fun to play at all. I played her.
So lame. Like, I want to play characters with interesting kits. Okay, like Jin has a very interesting kit. He's got a lot of subtlety to how you play him. He's got self peel. Like there is skill to how you play Jin, and I know people feel like that's not true because his autos do
Wow.
so much damage, bro.
Who
You
feels
have
like
no
that?
idea. I mean,
Who feels like that?
Jet was giving me some lip the other day about it because I was talking about like kit complexity or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I don't think Jin's kit's that complex." And it's like, okay,
No, you gotta
I
play
can
around your
explain
pro
it to
shot.
you, you can understand it, but play the character and you'll understand, bro. I cannot be near people. Okay, I lose the second anyone is within melee range of me. Like so I
Even
can't. I
auto
have to.
attackers, you can't
That's what I'm saying. Other
almost
bot
1v1.
laners, I can't let that happen. Like if they
Yeah.
get on top of me, I lose the fight. It's over. Like you always have to maintain spacing as Jin. Always, always, always. Like that is the most key part of playing him, And it's like that's not easy in League of Legends. It's not easy in League of Legends to do. That's why I enjoy playing the character because when I do it, it's very satisfying. When I make a set look like a moron and he doesn't even get to hit me one time and I literally kill him solo, that feels amazing, bro. It feels so good, but it's hard to pull off. It's like, whereas, if I'm playing, I don't know, like I said, Smolder, I just hit my E and I catch you just cause, it's like, it's just, I don't know. League has a problem. I feel like we need a major reset in the game. Like we need a League 2 and they need to delete 80% of the champion pool. Like I am 100% serious about this. Like it's just the game is bloated. It is in a bloated state and it's because they keep adding characters, They
Well,
just keep adding more characters. This new ADC coming out is the most vanilla,
I was
boring design
I was just
they've
about to
come
say
up
that.
with in years.
And it's
Seriously.
getting a lot of praise, right? Even for me, it got praise.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's getting a lot of praise is because I
It's not
think people,
offensive. It's inoffensive.
yeah, I think people just want a return to normalcy with the game. The game
Yeah, but the broken characters all still exist.
that's what I'm saying. That you can make this character. I'm like, look, guys, we heard you. We're returning to normalcy. Look at that. Look at this standard playing ADC that we made. And it's like, yeah, bro, but we still have a B-52 bomber named fucking Aurelian Soul who can dive across the map and fucking kill you, bro. We still have a Kane who can go through like 5 walls and one shot you. We still have fucking
Talon who can fucking go
god,
displace himself, jump over walls, fucking you can't even target the motherfucker and he's killing you,
Yeah, we still have a Belveth who has like 500 dashes in one fucking Q.
Lord.
Like we still have these champions that exist in this game. We still have items that give champions without any dashes that were designed to be kited. Darius and fucking Garen were designed to be kited. Why the fuck is Stridebreaker still in the game, bro? That should not be a thing.
Why is Deadman's Plate an item?
Deadman's Plate been an item since like the beginning of League of Legends.
I hate that item, bro. I hate it. It is so OP.
I hate Stridebreaker more than I hate Deadman's Plate. Because Deadman's Plate, at least when you hit him, that speed boost breaks off. Stridebreaker, if they get within range of you, or not even within range of you, they have a little mini dash, and that little mini dash slows you. So it's like, I was kiting the Darius, and your kiting meant nothing to me. I'm Stridebreaker Darius, and I can just come at you and kill you.
Dude, as Jhin, right? Let's take Jhin back as an example, right? Trying to kite a Garen as Jhin is impossible.
Oh my god, Garen has like speed boost. He's really Sonic.
Yeah,
he's Sonic. He's literally Sonic.
Yeah, bro. Or like Lilia or something. The thing about Lilia is she's not a tank though, so it's like okay. Yeah. It's like an okay fight you could probably take. And obviously we're naming things where people would say, "Well, you shouldn't be 1v1ing a Darius or fucking Garen as Jhin." And it's like, bro. Again, I've talked about this a long time ago. League doesn't understand what carry means. Okay, like it's called an attack damage carry. If the character doesn't carry late in the game, what's the point of calling them a carry? Like if a Garen can just show up and one shot me, when we're both full build, what's the fucking point, dude? Like I'm not carrying anything at that point. All he has to do is avoid the fight, get around behind me, flank, and I'm dead. It's as simple as that. If we don't have vision or like he plays it the right way, it's just like I don't know. It is frustrating. It is definitely frustrating because I'm like, I don't know. I like the game. I enjoy the characters I'm playing that I main for the most part. But the balance feels off. Ranked is fucked. Even norms feels fucked to some degree. And I will say, like, to a degree, like, my heart's kind of not in it sometimes now. Like, yesterday I was playing as the first game, bro. That time, that feeling in a league game you get to where you're throwing your abilities out and you're trying to hit people with them, but you're not like really trying. You're just kind of throwing them vaguely in their direction to make it look
Yeah.
like you're playing. Yeah, that's kind of where I was. I was in that headspace yesterday in the first game we played, and I was just like, because this was the game with the fucking fiddlesticks that didn't ward once and didn't do any objectives. I was just like, why are we playing this? I don't know why. This is what surrendering exists for. It's like this is so
Well,
pointless.
well, Jet has a I don't surrender mentality, and it's just like I understand, like you just don't want to give up, and games or seem winnable. But sometimes, bro, you got to understand you're playing, especially if you're playing ranked, duo ranked. You got three other motherfuckers on the team who just don't give a fuck like you do.
Yeah.
You have
Right.
to surrender. Like you have to just go next sometime.
Yeah.
Like, and it is what it is with that. Like you just have to just say like, all right, man,
Right.
like this game, you have to call a spade sometimes. Just like this game is not winnable.
Well, and neither of us play a role where we can carry the game by ourselves, right?
Yeah,
Generally. Like if I was a top laner and I was dominating and I was like 15-1 and the rest of my team was literally didn't have a single kill, I'd continue to play the game, because I'm a top laner. I could carry. It's like, but like as an ADC, the level of like outplay I would have to do to carry the game is just so absurd because you need people to peel for you, like that's kind of part of the nature of the role. And if you have three other players, especially mid, jungle, and top, who are literally their head's not even in the game and they're doing what I was just talking about me doing, like they're not going to peel for me. So we're just going to lose because somebody's going to catch me. It's just I'm not good enough to avoid everybody all the time,
yeah,
So I don't know. It's yeah, it is what it is. Montrell, let's go play Dota, bro. Like, dude, I will say the thing you're gonna like about Dota the most, I think, is the champion design because it is so different from League of Legends. Like, it really is. Like, you're gonna hear what some of the characters do, and you're gonna be like, what? That sounds OP as fuck, bro. Like, it's just there's some insane shit in Dota. Like, for instance, there's a character called Necrophos, and he has an aura that literally just drains your health for being near him, like percent health. Like if you're just nearby, you're like near him, you just lose HP. Like, and it's as crazy as it sounds, but there's ways to play around it. It's like that's
yeah,
just that's the nature of the game, right? It's balanced it's balanced to some degree. Like, so I don't know. It's just you know you'll make Brad, he'll be the happiest man in the world. Like it's just like, dude, I logged into Dota for like 2 minutes the other day, and you saw him see me, right? He saw me and he started talking to the chat about it. Like he's like a psyops fucking agent for that game, like so I don't know. But plus you can try different roles, man. Like I don't know what role everybody would play in Dota, actually. It's kind of interesting to think about. This game's so different in a lot of ways. Like I think you would still like mid, but I'd like to see you try carry actually, because it is
yeah,
different from League. Like, dude, like carry in Dota really means carry. Like when you get to late game and you've farmed appropriately, you're gonna become an unkillable god that the entire team is gonna have to coordinate to kill. Like it's nutty, like late game sometimes. So I don't know. I'm selling it too hard. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it there. All right, go ahead.
No, I just have anything to say. I was just like, I did download the game, so the game is downloaded
Ooh,
already.
okay, okay, all right,
But yeah, I probably try it sometime this weekend with you.
okay.
Uh, I can
Well,
probably do like Saturday or Sunday or something. But like, yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I
free
just
all
think
day Saturday, I think. So,
okay, yeah, I just think right now League of Legends for me is I I I hate being that guy. Like I hate being like the conspiracy theory guy, even though I'm like a conspiracy theory guy in real life against the
yeah,
government. But it's
no,
like video games, I hate being the person that like blames the video game. Like I can just get good or whatever. but I just really feel like the game is against me. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
I look at my record and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I went like 1-11 against one person or whatever. But then I watch the game,
Yeah.
and then I look at the game, and I'm just like, oh, that's why I went 1-11 because he like fed off my team, and then he came into my lane and just started fucking butt fucking me without a
Yeah,
fucking
he got
condom.
advantage not
Yeah,
off of you. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
it's rough.
like, um, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I mean, I can tell like one thing I can notice is like my CS can be better, but like in low elo, like I don't know, people really don't CS that well. Like the thing about low elo, when people, this is what kills me about guides. This is my last point, then we can move on. I'm sorry. This is what kills me about guides and all this shit like that because they're speaking from a high elo's perspective and
Yeah.
everything, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
just farm." Like they don't understand. People will literally blow mana just to stop you from farming. Like it's actually insane how many people would just in they would completely pass their wave up and you would be playing the game perfect. And then one guy actually said this in one of his videos. He said, like, he like, see, the right thing for me to do here is to push the wave in
Yeah.
and deny his XP. That would be the perfect thing to do. I can't do that in low elo though. And I'm like,
Yeah.
see, he's the only guy that gets it. He understands that he cannot do that in low elo because that will lose him the game because his team's gonna fucking team fight and drag him regardless of his wave state. His jungler doesn't give a fuck about his wave state at all. He just doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not
You
even
know,
looking at it.
he's
Yeah.
not even looking at it. He's not even looking at it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care that his bot lane is they just got done with the little skirmish and both of them they have no mana and no health. And
Right.
he's like, oh, well, you know, the lane's pushed in. Let me get
Time for
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah, like and so
My laners are backing. It's time for dragon.
Yeah, like so it's like when I'm watching these guides, like they really don't understand how much different low elo is. Like you have to deal, you not only have to deal with your mental, but you have to deal with the mental of four other fucking retards on your four other players on your team.
Yeah.
You have to deal with
Yeah.
those players on the team. And they don't like one I keep bringing this up, but they really don't understand wave state. And even as a jungler, Justin, like I would gank for somebody, right? And say
Yeah.
like they die while I'm ganking or they die in lane or whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, your wave's about to get pushed into tower. Let me stop the wave, clear it out for you. It's gonna reset, and you guys will meet right back in the middle. They would literally ping me off and get so mad that I took the wave. And I'm like, bro, it would have crashed into your tower and it wasn't gonna reset. You were gonna lose a lot
You
of
weren't
CS.
taxing it. They think they look at it as you like taxing the wave, you know?
Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
and I'm like, and then they'll ping me off like while I'm clearing away mid time. And they think they did something to like, oh, see, I got him off. Well, he stopped clearing as soon as I pinged it. And it's like, no, I recognize that I took enough means now to where the wave will either be frozen right at your tower, so you have an advantage, or it's gonna bounce back to the middle of the wave of the lane state. Like that's what I did. But like people are so stupid, like they just don't get that. And it's just like,
yeah.
I don't understand. So like even Salty, like I have to tell him sometime. Like I don't know if you noticed, I'm like, yo, just push the wave up for me. Like I had to tell him that because he's so used.
He. It's interesting. I don't know if playing with us has changed the way he plays or something, but I noticed that he's gotten really greedy, like in his plays. Like he makes greedy plays, and then he's really obsessed with CS, like making sure he's like farming gold all the time.
Yeah, I mean you're supposed to as a master. You're supposed to just farm.
Yeah, constantly. No, I know, but like I feel like it's sometimes to the detriment of others though, where he'll just like take my wave, you know, or something like, and I'm like right there, you know, like it's like I'm walking back to lane or I just bagged, like it happens sometimes. So I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe we've rubbed off on him. He's becoming a low elo player, Montrell.
No, I think he's just trying to like he's in the state of carry.
He's trying to carry. He's trying to carry. Yeah, I know. He is the carry. But I mean, he is that guy in our games most of the time. But I don't know. Because the other thing, I know I'm expressing frustration, but I was actually thinking recently, like maybe it's time I take a break from bot and go play other roles and play some champions that I have trouble with, and just like understand their matchups and their weaknesses. Because it's like there's some champs that I run into as a bot laner sometimes that I just like I don't know how to deal with,
Yeah.
Later in the game, or even in the early game sometimes. Because I was just kind of thinking, like, take a journey through the roles and just play a bunch of characters, and just see how they play. But it's like, do I really want to go through this effort for
Yeah,
League?
you're gonna go through all this effort to like research the game, and they're still gonna match you with the fucking Vygar in the mid lane who doesn't.
Moron jungler who doesn't ever do an objective for an
Yeah,
entire match.
he's
Like,
gonna pick Viego because for some reason that's the idiot champion that people pick,
Jesus Christ, yeah.
and
It's
he's
the
just gonna.
Edge Lord, dude. It's the Yasuo of the jungle,
Oh
is
my!
what it is.
Do you
Bro.
see why I hate that champion? So every time I
Yes,
see that champion on the field, I
yes.
instantly get upset. I'm just like,
Mhm.
I legitimately hate that champion. I hate that champion's design. I hate the philosophy behind the champion. I hate everything, the lore, because he's the blazer, he's the Rune King, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is what we've been looking for like 15
yeah.
seasons.
He's
Like this is.
literally a fucking emo rock star. Like, that's what he looks like. It's like, man. Yeah, you want to see
Yes.
a real Ruin King? His name is fucking oh my god. It used to be Skeleton King. Wraith King in Dota. He's the real king. All right, Montrell. What else you been playing? I see Monster Hunter Wilds. Andy said you were playing this.
Oh yeah, I only played a couple hunts.
You were just checking out the new patch.
Yeah, just checking it out and
Oh, is
everything.
it anything
Um,
significant besides the monsters, or
yeah, they added the two new monsters. They added I think they're adding the Arch Tempered Raidal at the end of this week or something like that. I know they
is
added
that the
another.
first Arch Tempered?
No, or either they already added the Arch Tempered. Oh, they're adding the Arch Tempered. The water monster. I forgot the name of that one.
Oh, okay. Dragon
Um,
thing, whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're adding that. Um, for me, I was testing out the new offset move for the hammer. They actually made some really good move buffs to the hammer.
Yeah.
It's definitely viable now. So I'll be using it. It's way funner. Because that's the another main reason I stopped playing the game. As much as I like Sword and Shield, I am not a Sword and Shield main. I am a hammer main. I've been a hammer main since Monster Hunter 1.
Yeah, I understand that.
And
I feel that way with dual blades for sure.
yeah, yeah. So um especially when we started the game, Sword and Shield was just like completely OP,
Yeah.
and I just didn't like. I mean, I like it. It's a really good weapon. It's a secondary weapon for me. I love Sword and Shield, but it just wasn't like Hammer, and I'm like, and Hammer wasn't good at the time, and they buffed it and everything over time, and then they added another offset move to
Yeah.
it and everything. So it feels a lot better now. So I am going to start playing it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm just taking my time with it though, because I don't want to like dive balls deep into the game and then get bored with it again. So I
Yeah.
jump into it fear there for like an hour or whatever, and then I jump out of it or whatever.
Okay.
But no, I mean the game feels really good. I still think it's still lacking stuff in my opinion. I don't know what it's lacking. I mean they got those two monsters, and that's the thing, right? That's also the thing. I don't want to rush to those two monsters and then get bored again or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
kind of just
mean,
taking my
Macho,
time
I'll
with the
tell you what
content.
it's missing. Master rank.
I'm like, say G rank. Don't say master rank. We are not.
Sorry, G
We are,
rank.
we are not
You're
world
right.
plebs. We're not world plebs. Okay.
I'm sorry. I gotta wash
said
my
that.
mouth out. I
Yeah.
gotta wash my
Someone
mouth out.
said that on Twitter, right? They were like, "Oh, I was going against the Sergios, and it feels like a master rank player." And I quoted it. And I was like, "You can always tell who started with world." And he got bad about that. And I'm like,
No,
"No,
you're right. You're
I can
right.
tell.
You're
Like,
totally right, bro. No, that was a bad slip.
It's okay. It's okay because they've been calling it master rank. Is whatever. It's G rank for me
It's just
still.
lame. It's G rank.
Yeah, it's G rank, and yeah, like I don't know. They are missing G rank. I am scared for G rank though, because they added a section for the Lagarius fight, or the Lagarius or Lagrius or whatever the fuck you call it.
Lagiacrus.
Lagiacrus. They added the fucking fight for or water section for it. And people were like hype, like, "Oh my god, they're adding underwater combat for it." I'm like, please, God, please do not let this be your new gimmick. Because if they add water combat back to Wilds, bro, I am completely done with the game. That is it for me, brother. You play this game,
bro. I'll sacrifice this game just to hear the rant on the podcast, bro. Dude, it will be legendary. It will be like my Kingdom Hearts 3 review rant. Dude, I'm telling you, that excites me so much,
bro. Because there were people who were excited about it too. I was looking at the Reddit or whatever. I got downloaded to fuck. To
These
hell.
people are gaslighting themselves. I'm sorry. You guys are out of control if you think underwater combat is a good idea in Monster Hunter.
Bro,
Like,
they are so obsessed with underwater. Like I was like, bro, the only people who are obsessed is a vocal minority in Monster Hunter. And then because like he's like, well, maybe
dude,
the developers are listening to us. And I'm like,
Montrell, they need a gimmick for the DLC, dude. You know,
they don't need a gimmick. Just
no,
make the monsters
they do
harder.
though. This is how they operate. They need something. They need some kind of gimmick, bro. Like,
just make the monsters.
Can you
harder.
imagine? Can you imagine? Like, they will get a lot of hype if they announce underwater combat for G rank.
God.
I know we know we're right and we are right about this, but
there's no way. People are like, well, the controls were bad, and it was the Wii controls, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro,
it's been 15 years plus, right? Since then,
you sound like them. Yeah, it's
and
been
they're like,
15
no. Hold on. Don't lump me with these fucking Reddit retards, okay? Like, sorry. Like, don't lump me with them. But this is what I'm giving you the idea of how Capcom's thinking about this. Is like, it's been over 15 years, and Montreal, like, we have the technology, okay? We can make underwater combat good now. That's gotta be what they're thinking, right? And for a team that just all they make is Monster Hunter, I think that challenge as a developer might actually be enticing to like make underwater combat good, And also with all the people online saying they want it, bring it back. I mean, I don't know. So I mean, with Lagiacruz,
mm-hmm.
this section you're talking about, you can't fight it in there, right? The water section.
You use your clutch claw to like throw stuff at it and everything in the water, and it's like a small section of the fight,
gotcha.
And then he comes back up or whatever. So
okay,
so you can do that or whatever.
You're toying with it.
Yeah, exactly. Which I do not like. I do not like the toying with it. I saw that in the fight, and I was just like, oh no. They're gonna do it, dude. They're gonna bring it back. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, there's so many water sections in the game. Like, there's a whole water.
It really is. I mean, the rainforest is screaming for an underwater portion, dude. Like, it really is.
And I'm just like, I hope they do not.
Well, think about it. They have their snow area already, right? That was the thing they added in Iceborne for World. So there isn't a biome we don't have, really. So you could make a new area that's like a beach,
Bro, just bring back the styles, bro. Bring back the styles. That's what I want.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what you can do right there. Don't bring water back, bro. Just bring back styles. Or even bring back the aerial style that they had. Make that the gimmick, bro. Do not make whatever the fuck.
You're so desperate.
I do not. I would. I wish it was so big because I would like write a letter to them, bro. I would make a whole YouTube video.
Please don't do this. Please don't do this, Capcom. Don't ruin this
amazing
every
game that we've played. And it's not just Monster Hunter, bro. Every game, with the exception of Kingdom Hearts 3, which underwater combat was like passable, right? Every game's underwater combat has been complete fucking ass.
Bro, the underwater quests in World of Warcraft? They're so awful, dude. They're literally designed where it's like your objective is like literally you have enough breath time to go to the thing, click on it, get it, and get back. And then it's surrounded by mobs, though, So good luck, It's like, it's so bullshit. I hate underwater.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, every game I've played, I mean, can you name one game where the underwater combat was just like, oh my god, I need this in every game?
No, I mean, you're right. No, Kingdom Hearts is the only place I've ever played underwater combat where it is like acceptable. Like, even Kingdom Hearts 1, it was fine. Like, it was fine. Decent, yeah, it was decent enough. Like, it was. I wasn't like, I didn't want to like kill myself after I played the level or while I was playing the level. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another game, and I'm coming up empty. I'm really coming up
Even when you
empty,
play
dude.
turn-based RPGs, sometimes they lock off certain moves because you're under fucking water.
Well, and dude, like honestly, out of all the series I've ever played underwater combat, Monster Hunter is one of the worst I've ever done. Like,
Exactly.
it's not like it was acceptable in any regard, bro. Trying to do underwater combat as a dual blades main in Monster Hunter 3.
You had like two moves.
Oh my
That's
god, dude.
it.
The whole point of dual blades is dodging and weaving and speed and what. You have none of that underwater. You are just a sitting duck with two fucking sticks, sharp pointy sticks. Like it's awful. Like, it was so bad, man. It was miserable.
I was a hammer main, and I was just like, this is awful. Like, yeah, the whole point of hammer is like hit and move, hit and run, and and you just can't do that, man. Like, you have to stand your ground.
Part of me toyed with the idea of like going back though, and like I want to play like 3 and 4 again and just see like does it hold up today.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to go play 3 and like was the underwater combat really as bad as I remember? Because to be fair, 3 Ultimate was my first Monster Hunter game, and I didn't understand how to play the game that well. So maybe that was the problem, Maybe it was me.
Justin. That was my.
I know. You're right. I wasn't the problem, but maybe I was. Just to be fair, maybe I was, and I don't know. It like the idea is like interesting. It's like I wouldn't mind co-oping it. Actually, it'd be kind of funny to see. Like maybe that makes it more palatable. Is like you're playing a multiplayer or something.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should do that. That could be a project or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that and like document me and you just duo it, and we just document it. And
you want to know what the strategy is? Actually, is one of us plays Lance, and the other person just plays bow or like bow gun, and like the one who's Lance just tries to take the aggro. And the other one's just shooting constantly. That's it. That's the strategy. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look at this, dude. Look at this. Hot take. Underwater combat was ahead of its time, and it only flopped because...
Who are these people? Does Capcom have AI bots out on the internet trying to like prop it up? Bro, you got it in my head now, dude. That's gonna be the gimmick, man. Is underwater combat?
It is
for Wilds for the DLC. No way.
Wilds is gonna be the worst game I've ever played. I'm not even lying to you. I can't believe
we're gonna go back to Rise, dude. Like,
yeah,
we're gonna be like, oh man, Rise wasn't so bad.
You joking, right? I've been looking at Rise on my fucking Steam. I'm like, I think I might want to go back to this.
Hey, it plays great, bro. It plays great. I can fight Valstrax in it too, so that's like an extra point, It's literally like my favorite fight in Monster Hunter history, probably.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe if they change the move sets, they have to give everybody.
No, they'd have to make you way more mobile, right, to make it work.
Yeah.
And you need to have 360-degree movement that feels smooth. That's the key. They could make it work in theory, right? Like I said, I was joking, but like we do have the technology, right?
Well, they just have to make you faster. They have to be like, it's already unrealistic, right? I need to swim faster. Right. Don't make it realistic where you gimp half my fucking moveset in the water. I don't know.
Right. I can't even activate like demon mode.
Yeah, exactly. Like
blades, like it sucks, dude. It's not fun. Yeah, I don't know. Well, because I mean, bow and bow gun are completely unrealistic as it stands, underwater completely. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Let's just go all the way with it. Fuck it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's we'll see. I mean, to be fair, I mean the game's been out for what, 3 months, 4 months? Yeah, 4 months now. I mean, we still got a ways to go before we get a DLC announcement, but I mean, by the end of the year, that's not unrealistic. That's kind of what they did with the world, right?
I think by the end of the year, we're going to get either they're going to announce or they're just going to drop it. But they're probably going to announce the G rank, and it's probably going to come out the following fall or something like that, or whatever.
That's exactly what they did with World.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't mind that. I just don't. They're they're gonna announce like Monster Hunter Wilds Water. It's like, I'm like
Water Wonderland.
we we found fucking what's his fucking name? The character that we all hate.
Oh, from 3?
No, from Wilds.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
Nom 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 nom.
Nada. I think it's Nada.
Nada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I found. I found a hidden city of Atlantis under from my people. Oh my god, under Riviera. I'm like, oh my fucking god, dude, are you serious, dude? Like, look at all the water-based monsters. Oh my god, look at this.
Oh my god, is that a goat mule? Oh no!
Like, fucking. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill myself too. I'm just like, dude, what are we doing, dog?
I can't wait for the trailer. And it's like the first thing you see is bubbles, you know.
Oh my, it's gonna be an underwater battle tracks. It's gonna piss me the fuck off, dude.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. Oh, the Game Awards can't come soon enough. Oh Lord, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. I'm literally gonna burst out laughing if it's underwater. I really am. Oh, that's fun. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to think about. Are you playing anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I've been playing.
Yeah. For me, yeah, just Borderlands 2. Otherwise, I'm kind of in a weird state right now. I got to like level 42. I finished the first playthrough and I got to 42. So I'm still playing it. Still having fun with it. I will say Krieg is like, his gameplay has hilariously become like brain dead almost. It's literally like action skill, like wait till your health is below 33%. Action skill, go kill as much as you can. Wait till your health is at 33%. Action skill, go kill as much as you can. Like that's the gameplay loop basically with Krieg. But it's still fun. Like it's fun. It's enjoyable. So you know, I'm having fun with that. But I am thinking about this weekend playing something else. I didn't put this in the doc actually. Brian bought me Age of Wonders 4 from the Steam sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually boot that up and give it a little bit of a try. I didn't play enough to really have like any kind of verdict or anything like that. I will say it didn't like grab me right away. It kind of made me nostalgic for the old games, and I ended up booting up Age of Wonders, the original one, for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever. And I was just playing some turds. So I'm in like a 4X / strategy kick right now. Like I'm looking for one of these games to like grab my attention and like grip me, you know? So, but what I always end up going backwards with this genre and like just playing old shit. That's usually what ends up happening. So I don't know, but I may check that out some more as well. But okay. That's it for what we've been playing. I hope you guys enjoyed the League of Legends podcast this week. We do have some news stories. We do some big news stories this week. And our first one is actually a follow-up to last week's, which is the Xbox layoffs. So these were rumored. I did go back and look, and there wasn't really any definitive rumor about what would happen per se. It was just reported that it was going to be, quote, major layoffs this week. And that ended up being true. These are pretty major layoffs. So Microsoft laid off 9,000 employees across all of Microsoft, which was 4% of their workforce. It is the fourth major mass layoff at Xbox in the last 18 months. Montrell, you just kind of want me to lay all this out and we can kind of pick up what we want to talk about?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. This is probably the biggest news, but the initiative has been closed as a studio. Perfect Dark, the game, canceled. Rare, also hit with layoffs. Everwild has been canceled. Banjo-Kazooie and Sea of Thieves director also is leaving Rare as well. 50% of Turn 10 is laid off. I think that's one of the Forza teams, I want to say.
Yeah,
we'll look that up. We'll look that up
I
in a
just looked
second.
it up.
Okay. Which one is it? Is that the arcade one or the sim one?
Motorsport, so it's the sim one.
That's surprising. Wow. Okay. That's interesting that they decided to do that. King and ZeniMax also were hit layoffs. A ZeniMax Online IP has been canceled, a new one that they were working on.
Probably Fallout One.
Multiple of the Call of Duty studios were also hit with layoffs. And then 50% of the Xbox user research team has been laid off. Head of child and family safety laid off. I mean, it's an
Okay.
interesting position. Because it has no gaming context in the title, so it just
Yeah.
sounds that sounds funny. And then Blizzard was also hit. Warcraft Rumble, which is their Warcraft mobile gotcha game that they came out with last year or 2 years ago, is apparently now just they put it in maintenance mode. There's not going to be any new content for it, so it's a pretty big, wide-ranging layoff. Montrell, I don't know what you want to start with. You want to start with the obvious thing in Perfect Dark?
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, how are you feeling about that one?
I think this was a huge mistake. Out of all the things they laid off, I actually think the rare layoffs were. I mean, these are human beings with jobs and everything, and I don't want to be like very
Yeah.
um facetious or you know um mean or anything, but Everwild was in a state of chaos for like I don't know 5 to 6 years. We got nothing from that. We didn't even see like we saw a reveal trailer, but we just didn't see any kind of gameplay. Not even a vertical slice.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Rare got hit. I mean, the biggest hit they had was Sea of Thieves, which is a huge hit for them.
Yeah.
But you don't need that entire team for Sea of Thieves now that it's made or whatever. So
Well, and we've been, I mean, ever since Everwild was revealed, right? And we knew that it was revealed, and then it was confirmed that they restarted production and rebooted it, a few years back, and like we have been questioning the purpose and existence of this game ever since it was shown. So this one doesn't surprise me. Xbox finally just pulled the trigger on it. It's weird that it took this long.
yes, yep.
With all the things they've closed over the years, like they closed Tango, and ended up selling Tango and all the IPs associated with Tango rather than letting the Everwild project go. I mean, obviously that might not save this whole studio, but that might have made it feasible for them to save the studio to some degree. So decision making, again, we always question decision making with Microsoft's leadership, when it comes to Xbox. But yeah, it's weird that Everwild has been around this long because I don't really know what the audience was supposed to be for it. I mean, it was kind of similar to Dreams, not in concept, but in terms of like, I don't know who wants to play this game. It's like, I don't know.
I don't
So
even know what the game is. I mean,
exactly
you
right.
know,
Yeah, that was never
I
even
feel like
clear.
they could have, and then now, like when I get to Perfect Dark now, I feel like they could have ended the development of Everwilds way earlier and put
Yeah,
half the team onto
right.
Perfect Dark to make that game because I really wanted that game to come
Yeah.
out, and
I mean,
now
I
it's
did
not
too.
coming
I
out.
just didn't. I said this in the chat. I wanted this game for obvious reasons. Like it looked like a Deus Ex game through and through.
Yeah.
But did I believe it was ever going to happen? Not really. That reveal certainly helped a few years ago.
Well, they
And made me
revealed it a
feel.
year ago.
Was it
That's what's
last
so.
year? Was
Yeah,
it
it was
last
last
year?
year.
Okay. Well, it's
It
already
was
worn off then because I don't really feel anything. Like I'm like I didn't. I don't know. Like they've been totally radio silent about it since then. Like it's like we had that reveal and otherwise they've never talked about this game. And it's like I don't know. So is this I guess it's more like is this surprising? No. Is it disappointing? Yes. I mean, this game had potential for sure. And I do think it's a mistake too. I don't think it's a good idea to just shut it down and close it. Um there are other things going on with Microsoft Studios that I would get rid of for Perfect Dark, personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm just watching the trailer now for Perfect Dark, and I'm like, yeah, it had a Deus Ex feel to it, and I don't know, man. It looked, it was like Cyberpunk and Deus Ex, and
yeah,
I don't know, man. I can't believe they canceled this game. So
yeah. No,
I think
I
this is
mean,
a really dumb mistake. I think this is. I think they're going to regret this, in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
and it's one of their biggest failures, like period. In the last 10 years. I mean, this was supposed to be their This was like the team, dude. This was supposed to be their Naughty Dog. Like this was supposed to be their quadruple A studio, you know?
Yeah.
Like they were going to be making like incredible games, and it's like here we are, and they never released a single thing ever, you know? And they're just gone. Like, and so I don't know, it's a huge failure for Xbox. I think this is a big blemish with for Phil, you know, and his whole I don't know how else to say this, his initiative to recover Xbox. Like this is a big blow for his legacy in my opinion. I just I don't think it's a good look, you know, because I like as much as I wasn't necessarily like, you know, chomping at the bit for this game because I didn't believe it was going to ever happen. I know there was a lot of people out there that desperately wanted this game to come out, you know, and we're like really excited about it. And these kind of things just suck when you're in that headspace. You know, it's just it's gonna be a blow, you know, and you're gonna feel some things. So
Yeah.
um other stuff, Warcraft Rumble, not happy anybody lost their job, but I will say if anything's gonna happen at Blizzard, yeah, let's take down the mobile games, please. Thank you.
But you guys don't have phones?
Brother, like dude, the dude, they made a gotcha strategy Warcraft game. Like you'd think that would appeal to me, right? Because I'm such a huge Warcraft fan. But it's like it's so offensive that is the latest Warcraft game I've gotten, and I haven't gotten a new Warcraft game in 21 years. You know, like fuck you, Blizzard. Fuck off. Like fuck that. Fuck this game. Fuck Warcraft Rumble. Get the fuck out of here. Make something else. Make something actually useful. Make a Warcraft fucking RPG or something. Or if you think that'll sell and RTS is worthless, you know, even though RTS is like this huge resurgent genre, you know, recently. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just
No,
whatever.
I agree.
Blizzard's lost. I don't want to get into a fucking rabbit hole
Yeah,
with them,
let's not. Okay, let's not.
but
'Cause
like
I will
Warcraft
egg you on
Rumble,
too.
Warcraft Rumble, see you later. You know, you will not be missed. Other stuff. King and ZeniMax getting hit. Not a surprise. Those are really big companies under Xbox's umbrella. Doesn't sound like they were hit that hard either. ZeniMax Online IP. I mean, we don't even know what it was. So who knows? It might have been an MMO of some sort. We don't really know any details on that one, so there's not much to say. 50% of user research team. I mean, I don't really know what to take out of that either necessarily. Like, I don't know. How valuable is that group?
I mean, they probably just did a whole bunch of like surveys and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
right.
You know?
I'm sure they're valuable to Microsoft and Xbox in some regard, but you know, they're not as valuable as the studios making games. So,
Yeah.
And then Call of Duty studios hit with layoffs. That's probably not surprising either. This actually happened under Activision fairly often as well. So they're probably cutting some fat there, is what I would assume.
Yeah.
More than likely. So, but yeah, I mean, dude, fourth major mass layoff in the last 18 months, though. Basically, since Activision and them, like, you know, they took over Activision and they became a part of Microsoft. We've had 4 of these. It's interesting. I don't know what the like was Xbox really in that bad of a state? You know, like it feels like an indictment on Phil, dude. Like that we've done this 4 times now in 18 months. I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I agree. I feel like the simple fact, honestly, I love Phil, but the simple fact that he still has a job is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like there must be something there that they see in him that we don't. And like
Yeah.
I said, I think he's a great leader. I think he's a great motivator.
Yeah. I think he's a great head of a game company for sure.
Yeah, there you go. I think he's a great head of a game company, but I don't think he's a good leader, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, he's not a good manager.
He's somebody people want to work for, but he doesn't know how to make the decisions when he needs to make them. It feels like he feels like the type that like procrastinates things that are hard, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of why this is happening because yeah, the Everwild thing should have happened when they rebooted the game. It should have been canceled, you know? when they made that decision to reboot it, they should have just canceled it at that point, And to your point, like that money could have gone into something else for the last several years now, like few years. It's like, so that's like an opportunity cost that you lost, because you
Yeah.
decide you didn't want to cancel that game, you know. Um, so I don't know. I don't. He just seems like he's kind of. My assumption is that he's soft. Like he's just a soft leader. And it's not necessarily anything wrong with that per se, but you can't just be that. When you're running a organization, like somebody has to make hard decisions at some point. You know, you need to be willing to do that, and you need to be able to tell your people that truthfully. Like you can't hide from it. You can't hide from these things. So I don't know. I just, like you said, I agree. I like Phil. I think he's a good leader. I think he might be a good head of a studio. I don't know if he's the right guy to be the head of Xbox, but
He's not a good manager. I would say that. I
yeah,
think that's the good thing. I think if you're going to have him in a management position, you would need to have a dual management position. You're going to have a guy that makes, like you said, the hard decisions. He can't make those hard decisions,
yeah,
unfortunately. And I get it because you're affecting people's lives and stuff like that. It would probably be hard for me too, which is why I'm not a manager. But it's like,
yeah,
um, if you're going to take up that mantle, then you have to make those hard decisions.
yeah.
So
Well, and sometimes, I mean, it's nice to have empathy, right? And I do personally,
mhm.
with people who work for me or whatever. But you can't lose sight of the goal that you have though. Like when you become a manager, like you ultimately you go from being like, when you go from being an individual contributor to manager, you're kind of crossing a line where you now represent the company in some way, you know? And as shitty as it is sometimes, like you can't lose sight of that though. Like you need to make sure that your team is a net positive for the company. Because if that doesn't happen, you're all gone. It's like they'll just rebuild it. So sometimes that means cutting things out that aren't working. And it's not a fun experience. It's definitely not a fun thing to have to do, but I mean it's part of the job though, man. It's like if you're gonna accept leadership roles, like you need to be prepared to do these things.
Yeah.
um and I don't know. So who knows? We'll see what this results in for Xbox. I mean, I don't think it's a major change necessarily beyond the things we just broke down. I don't think we're going to see like massive shifts or anything like that, but it does suck some of this stuff is gone. So um but we'll see. I mean, I do question Fable. I'm still not sold on Fable, bro. I'm just, I don't know. It's getting conspicuous, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like they keep saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and it's like, okay. I mean, I need a gameplay deep dive, similar to the one we're going to be talking about later. Like, I need to see the game in action because I don't buy it right now. So, all right, let's move on to our next story. It has been confirmed that Metaphor Refantasio has surpassed total shipments and digital sales of 2 million units as of March 31st. This was on a Sega Sammy presentation from the middle of June.
So that's
And
just digital, or is it physical and digital? I'm
physical
sorry.
and digital. Physical
Okay.
and digital. Um, I thought this was really low.
It is. I that's crazy to me. As much as this game was talked about, there's a lot
Exactly.
of fakers out there, bro. Someone's lying.
A lot of people didn't play this game, bro. I don't. I think a lot of people who talked about this game were not playing it though. I don't
Yes.
know, man. Because 2 million is low, especially when we take into context the leaks we talked about last week with Persona. Persona 5 Royal selling 7 million, 7.25. By the way, I found out that number did not include the original run of Persona 5.
Oh
That
my
was
god.
just that was just Royal from 2020 to now. So
Wow.
so
It's
yeah,
sold
very
more.
likely that game has eclipsed 10 million sold for sure. Which, dude, for Persona is like
Insane.
that is a coup,
Yeah.
dude. Like that's bigger than Final Fantasy, bro. Like, which is nuts to say that.
So
Um,
okay, I got a question for you, right?
yeah.
Do you think Metaphor would have been had sold for said had it sold more if it was called Persona the Metaphor Fantasy or something like that?
Um, maybe.
If it had
To
the
be
Persona
fair,
name somewhere attached to it, if it
no,
had that.
I don't, because of the numbers we saw last week, right? Persona 3 Reload is also only at 2 million, and that's after a full calendar year, you know.
True. That's true.
So I don't think it's the name Persona necessarily. I think Persona 5 is a specific thing, and I think new Persona games like Persona 6 is going to be gangbusters, but I don't think just attaching Persona to anything. I mean, cuz think about all the Persona 5 spin-off games, right? None of those sell particularly great, you know. Um like Persona 5 Tactica, dude, that thing was down to $20 within a couple months. You know, it's like they're so I don't think they're selling like gangbusters just because they have Persona in the name.
Hmm.
So I think it's a specific thing. So I don't necessarily think so. I'm just surprised because, yeah, like you said, the amount of people talking about this game, um, 2 million is low in 6 months. You know, I would feel, and they're classifying it as shipments too, not sold,
Not
like sold
sold.
through.
So it's still on shelves technically.
Exactly right. It's still not sold through to customers yet. So it's like that's I'm like, it makes you wonder, like, are they actually going to do a sequel to this game? You know, like,
I don't think
I don't
so,
know.
man. I think this is gonna be a one off.
I
I
hope
think they
not.
tried. I think they tried,
Yeah,
and I don't. You know what? It may be a sequel, but it's not going to have as much
time.
um time, and it's not going to have as much like budget. It's going to be a very very direct game. You know, if that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. So, um, I don't know. Sales are kind of been interesting because Claire Obscure is at like 4 million sold, I think. You know, and
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my brother loves this game, bro. He played. He already beat the new Game Plus version of it.
of what
It's Clear
Metaphor
Obscure.
or Claire
Yeah,
Obscure? Okay,
yeah.
gotcha,
And like,
gotcha.
he's not like a gamer like us. He games, but he's not a gamer like us. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just
Yeah,
think
it's just
that's
interesting because, I mean, dude, that's with Claire Obscure being on Game Pass day one. You know,
yeah. Just imagine if it wasn't on Game
like
Pass.
I played it on Game Pass, so that's a sale they didn't get. You know, so yeah, I mean, like like seriously, you can almost maybe get another 2 million out of that, probably.
Probably.
I would bet, one or at least 1 million. You know, so it's like that's really impressive numbers for a game on Game Pass. So I don't know. Yeah, its metaphor is interesting here. Maybe this is a game that has a longer tail, and it's something in a few years it'll be at 4 million, 5 million, maybe. But you know, if that's the case, then that's pretty good for that's still good for Sega and Atlas. But I just figured it was more. You know, I don't know with how popular the game was when it came out. But all right, moving on to our next story, The Blood of Dawn Walker, which we had a trailer for. I think it was during the Xbox showcase, right? Earlier last month. And Montrell and I kind of expressed, I don't
Negativity.
know,
No, well, not negativity.
skepticism,
Skepticism. Yeah.
because the trailer seemed reluctant to show gameplay. You know, and we were like, why are they doing that this close to release? You know, what are they worried about? But they decided to shut people like us up, and they released a 21-minute gameplay deep dive. It's been 11 days. We actually missed this last week, but yeah, it's been 11 days. And we watched a little bit of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but it looks a lot better than I was thinking it was going to be.
Yeah. 100%
This
agree.
this looks like what The Witcher 3 wanted to be, kind of, I think, and it definitely has a feel. So it's third person, over the shoulder. It's got the same perspective as Witcher 3, but and it has some elements that look Witcher 3. I mean, the game, like the interface just literally screams Witcher 3. It's insane. Um but the combat itself is very, I'd say like Souls slash something like Kingdom Come Deliverance, where it's kind of more of like a dance you're having with the enemies.
Yeah, I wouldn't say,
Um,
in my opinion, I wouldn't say Souls. I would say For Honor. It,
sure, 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 sure.
I could definitely see Kingdom Come Deliverance in that as well. But like the system that they're using, where you have
I
to,
guess I just mean like positioning and stuff. Like it seemed like fighting multiple enemies is difficult. Like,
yeah, that can be true. Yeah,
yeah,
but it seems more dual based, like For Honor is, how you have your
yeah,
stance system and
true.
how you have to use the directions to go up and down and everything. And that's like straight out of For
Yeah, you
Honor, in my
attack in
opinion.
you attack in a direct. Well, it's right out of Kingdom Come Deliverance as well.
Okay.
Kingdom Come is the same kind of system, where you attack in a direction and you defend in a direction. So you have to kind of you have to see where the enemy's like kind of coming at you from and guard in that direction in order
Yeah.
to guard successfully. So it's the same kind of thing. They're just doing it in third person here. Looks pretty good. I'm not like blown away per se, but I am encouraged by what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. And this
This
is the
isn't,
pre build. This isn't the like
yeah,
the final game too, by the way.
true,
So
true. But I think the thing I was worried about with this game is that it was just going to be a Witcher 3 clone, and that it would have included combat, and that would have been bad because
yes.
the combat in Witcher 3 is the worst part of the game. you know.
You were the
So
first person to admit that. You know what? Thank you, Justin. I applaud you for that.
I mean, I've
Every
always felt that way. I've always felt that
Witcher
way.
3 fanboy is like, no, the combat is perfect. I'm like,
No, bro. You literally, dude. If I had recorded some of my gameplay, some of the fights are so silly in that game where it's literally just like I'm just spamming the attack button until the enemy swings and then you dodge and then you spam the attack button. It's just like that's the gameplay. It's not thoughtful. It's not that thoughtful. It's more interesting on Death March because you take so much damage. It's very important that you avoid hits. But even on Death March, a lot of it, if you get good enough at the game, you can literally just spam attack and dodge. Like you don't have to do anything else.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not a deep combat system, is I guess what I'm getting at.
yeah,
But it's so yeah, this game though definitely looks like tone wise. I mean, it's in a similar place with Witcher 3. The music just sounds like right out of the Witcher 3. I don't know. Maybe I'm like globbing onto that stuff too much and I'm reading into that too much, but I mean, it's just literally the former Witcher 3 director. It kind of makes sense that they're making a very similar game.
yeah,
Um, but I don't know, story wise, definitely looks interesting. I'm intrigued. Um, yeah, I don't know. Montrell, what about you? What are your thoughts total on this?
no, it looks really cool. I'm actually excited because one thing one genre that we really don't get too well. If we do get a genre in it, it's always like very corny in my opinion. Is vampires,
Yeah.
and this one looks like it's gonna do like a good vampire story. So,
It looks very Castlevania and it's like
yeah.
tone slash aesthetic.
And I didn't know this, but there's actually some kind of history between like the story of vampires and Native Americans, and it looks like they're taking that angle with it as well. Because
Yeah.
the enemies you're fighting in this, at least in this part of the game that they show, were Native American, so or
Yeah.
look Native American esque. So yeah, it looks really cool. I like the theme behind it and everything like that. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah. Oh,
Well,
Brad's
and
playing Age of Empires too. I just
the
saw it
net.
pop up on my Steam. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. What is it on sale?
I don't know. He's playing it though. He's playing Age of Empires 2 right
Wait,
now.
who is?
Brad.
Oh. He's just flipping between games too. But the nighttime stuff looks kind of cool too.
Yeah, that does look really cool.
That is a really interesting element to this game that I'm kind of excited about is the day night cycle. Because that is not out of the Witcher 3, right? Witcher 3 had a day night cycle, certainly, but it wasn't really like mega important to the game. You could just change the time whenever you wanted, I think.
Yeah.
So this game I don't think is going to be that like that. You have to do, if you need to do stuff at night, you need to do it while it's still night. Like you can't just like go back in time and make it night again.
Well, your
you know.
combat changes at night too. If you look at the end, you fight a
Yes.
whole different style of combat,
Yeah.
and
Well,
everything.
he's
So
like teleporting around and stuff too, like
yeah,
transforming somewhat, which is cool. So yeah, let me take a look at this combat. Oh, you're
uh,
right. Yeah, like claws come out and
yeah,
much
yep,
more like feral
yep,
in the way it looks. That's interesting. That's cool, actually. That's
yeah.
really sick,
So
dude. These enemies he's fighting are sick too, dude. Oh, I love this. I love the aesthetic of this.
yeah, it's very cathedral Catholic
Yes,
churches.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Which is so Castlevania, bro.
yeah.
Like, which that shit rules. I love that shit in Castlevania. So it's good stuff. So I don't know. This game looks good. I'm probably gonna play this when it comes out. Honestly, this is definitely a game up my
When does
alley.
this come
I
out
would say.
again?
It's 2026. I don't think we have an exact date. No, yeah, they just said coming 2026.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, this game's a definite buy for me. Just off this pre-build alone,
yeah,
I can't wait to see the final build of everything. So,
yeah, yeah, I agree. Cool, man. Yeah, no, this game looks good. All right, Montrell. That's all we have for news. However, we were kind of chatting about something in our group chat with DJ this weekend, and I decided to write it down as a topic. On kind of wanted to see what our thoughts are on this. So, there was a sale on Nintendo on the eShop this week, or this past weekend, and people were complaining about some of the sale prices for some of the games.
mhm.
I think Mario Odyssey was like $40, and I don't. Was Breath of the Wild even on sale?
I
I
don't,
don't.
I
I
don't,
don't.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think it was, and it's still like $60, or whatever. And people were kind of complaining about how ridiculous it is that Nintendo does this. Um, and I don't know. So you had thoughts. I'll let you go first, I guess, and we can kind of bounce off from there.
I know this has always been a thing with Nintendo. I don't understand why we let them get away with it. That's my point
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I get it, right? They offer very unique experiences that we can't really get from other games,
Yeah.
but I also think other games also offer very unique experiences that we can't get from other games as well.
Yeah.
So while I get that Nintendo games never really come down in price, I don't necessarily think it's okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there should be no reason why I'm still paying even $40 for Mario Odyssey 8 years after the game has been released. That should definitely be a $20 game, especially since it's not the best Mario game ever. Uh, so
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I feel the same way about Breath of the Wild. Like it's a sale if it's $39.99. I'm just like, that's not a sale. Like that's just a standard price for a game that's 9 years old at this point.
Yeah, that should be
So
the default MSRP now
yeah,
nowadays.
exactly.
If that's even true.
Yeah,
You know.
even that exactly. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, that's just I don't think I think it's ridiculous to kind of defend it. I understand people's points, but I don't know. That's just my opinion though
Yeah.
from that standpoint.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I don't think you're wrong. Like I don't. I would agree with you largely. I think other companies have kind of conditioned us to expect this kind of reduction in price,
Mhm.
even fairly quickly as well. I mean, a lot of games come out and they're $40 within 6 months. Um, base price. So, but I think the thing I wanted to talk about here is that I am starting to notice this with PlayStation as well, like their first party games. Um, because I think even like, let's see, Horizon Forbidden West. What does that cost right now on PSN? $50 base price for Horizon Forbidden West. Um, this game's 3 years old. So I think that was the thing I was thinking about here, is that this doesn't feel like it's just Nintendo anymore. Like Sony's not as egregious about it necessarily as Nintendo is, but I do think they're trying to change their perception when it comes to the game's value.
Uh-huh.
I think they want to extrapolate more revenue for a longer period of time off of their first party IPs, which I understand. What Nintendo has is probably very enticing for most game companies, but at the same time, I do agree with you what you're saying that a 8 or 9 year old game, 8 year old in Odyssey's case, 8 year old game shouldn't cost $60 base price. Like I think that is crazy. you know, and bringing it down to 40 on sale 8 years after the fact is like that is completely insane, dude. This is the reason why physical going away is such a bad thing, because physical tempers this shit with Nintendo. Because on sale, at like Amazon or Black Friday and shit like that, like these games go a much more significant discount, generally speaking. They tend to. So that's how you can get them cheap, usually if you're patient. But I don't know. It is frustrating. I don't think Nintendo's unjustified. They've certainly conditioned their consumer base to pay these prices,
You can say that again.
for a long period of time. So why would they lower the price? It's like it's been proven out to them that there's no point in changing the price. Like they're going to make their money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's like getting angry about it on Twitter is like kind of like old man yells at clouds energy. It's just you're yelling at something that's not gonna listen to you. It's like I don't know. Like they're not gonna change, and Nintendo's not gonna change unless we make them change as consumers. We stop buying the games, because that's usually what precipitates a sale, right? Is that copies sold like goes down to a precipitous degree, and they want to get that number back up.
Yeah.
And make some money. So that's how we would have to drive them to do it, ultimately. So yeah, I don't know. I guess not a huge amount to say. I feel like I had more in my head over the weekend, but it's been several days and I don't really remember all the things I was thinking at the time. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I had more to say. I guess I think my thing is like, I see both sides of the argument as well. From a business standpoint, it makes sense. Don't drop the prices. From a consumer standpoint, on defending it, I don't get it. That's the part. That's the part on Twitter. Like, I was really really weirded out about that. People were like defending it and like, see, the Nintendo does come down on sale, and people are like, that's not a sale. That should be,
yeah,
like you said, the standard price for an 8-year-old fucking game. So, like I
yeah,
said, I give both sides of the argument. From a business standpoint, yeah, I'm not bringing down my prices. My consumer base will pay for this.
yeah,
But from the other side of it, like, um, from a consumer side of it, it absolutely should come down in price. Um, I'm not saying, like you said, I think it's ridiculous that like a game, like Metaphor, for instance, right? If it doesn't sell within the first week, then within, or if even if it does sell, um, they're coming down in price like next month. It's already like half off or some shit. I think
right,
that's ridiculous.
right.
I think there should be like a ebb and flow to it. Um, but yeah, both sides are ridiculous. And by the way, happy anniversary to you and Amanda.
Thank you. Um, yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on it right now, but all right, Marshall, that's all we had today. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
Nope. I think this was a lengthy. This was a standard discussion for us, so I'm satisfied with our
Yeah, an
time.
hour on League and 50 minutes on the rest of the show. Sounds
we
about
probably
right.
should just we probably should just start that league podcast and do it every like once a month or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
okay, to be fair, like what else would we have talked about today though? It's like I
That would
don't
be
know.
it. That would be the podcast right
That
there.
would be the show for the week,
Yeah.
the League of Legends show. Um yeah, I was thinking though, are you Death Stranding 2's out. Are you playing that? Are you planning on playing it?
No, I got because I remember I promised you I'm not playing anything else until I finish. I'm keeping my promise. I'm not playing anything else until I finish.
Clear
Fucking
Obscure.
Clear Obscure.
Except for Monster Hunter Wilds.
I mean, that's an existing game. I did say that. I said that too. I said I'm going to play
Okay,
existing
okay,
games.
okay, okay. I mean, look, Montreal, you got 5 days, okay? You have fucking like 7 hours of gameplay to get through, all right?
Okay, if that's all I got, I can do that in one afternoon.
Stop grinding, okay? There's no point in grinding. You don't need to grind.
Sometimes the
I don't know.
comment is just so fun.
I know, but I don't know why you're doing it. You don't have to. Yeah, I need to have the spoiler cast soon because the details of the game are starting to like get a little grainy, you know, and like I really want to talk about this game. So
okay,
you know,
okay, I'm gonna finish it.
Okay,
I'm gonna finish it.
That's your homework.
Yeah,
for next week.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay. Well, so that does mean though next week we may have a spoiler cast for you guys on Expedition 33, potentially, which I am expecting that to be a multi-hour discussion. So I have a lot to say about this game, and I am looking forward to seeing what you have to say about it as well. Once you're all the way done with it. So yeah. We got that potentially next week, guys. Looking forward to that. If you liked this episode, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show on whatever feed you're listening to it on. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you'd like to interact with us on Twitter, you can do so at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com with your comments or questions. We'll certainly answer them on the show. And that'll be it for us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we hope everybody has a happy 4th of July if you're in the U.S. Be safe, be sensible, but have a good time as well. And we'll see you guys next week.